Hey everybody, James Yeager with Tactical Response, and people have been asking me to do a video about gas masks, and so that's what I'm going to do. And I want to start with a few definitions so we all are on the same page about exactly what we're talking about. Scuba, SCBA, and gas masks are different things. Scuba, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, is made. It has an air tank, and the tank is fed to a mask, and you can use it underwater. SCBA, self-contained breathing apparatus, is like what a fireman uses. Air tank, mask, pushes air to the mask, so it supplies its own air, own oxygen. Gas masks, I hear people talking about using the gas mask for a fire, or like for a high-rise building or something like that, and I'm like, you can't. Now it will filter out particulates, but it does not provide air. It does not provide oxygen. So in a fire, a gas mask is you might live 30 seconds longer. I mean, it's really not going to help you much at all. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that. Now, gas mask is funny. The name of it is what we call it. It actually should be called a particulate mask. For instance, when you see tear gas thrown out into a riot situation, you see the riot cops with the gas mask on, you see what looks like smoke, but it's actually little particles, okay? And when you breathe the particles into the filter catches the particles, and they do not pass through to your throat and doesn't cause the burning and stuff like that. And so they're very effective for that type of thing. Dust or pollen or whatever the case may be, that's what these kind of filters work best for, not providing oxygen. So let's talk about some masks and talk about the benefits and stuff like that. These are three very common masks. This one's by MSA. This is a current issue, and I believe this is the gas mask that is issued right before this one to the U.S. military. And these are all good masks, and I'll explain some of the features and benefits of each one right now. Basically, they all will take some kind of filter that has a NATO threads on it, and so make sure that when you buy a mask that there are actually filters available for it. And it's very often that if your gas mask has some kind of weird filter, that there's an adapter for it. All of these masks have a hard lens, but underneath you can see there's a clear lens, and this is basically like safety glasses for that soft lens, and all three of these have that. With this particular one, it's a little different because these are tinted. You pull them off, and then it's clear, but they protect it. You can also get clear lenses for this too. Okay, let's talk about fitment of a mask and actually putting it on. Probably most masks with facial hair are not going to work that well. These actually do seal up pretty good. With the SCBA, most of that's positive pressure, so it's actually pushing air out the sides anyway, and so the beard won't matter. But let's just talk about fit. It has to fit your face. It has to be the right size to fit your face, and they typically make them. Most masks come in 2, maybe 3 sizes, and and I'm not going to talk about any one of these masks in particular, but just in general, make sure it fits your face. And it's very easy to do. It's hard to talk with these things on. Communication becomes much more difficult with a mask on. That's why typically you'll see special forces with flash mics and stuff like that to try to be able to communicate past the mask. All right, setting it up to actually be worn, like after you get the straps adjusted, what I do is I pull them over the front of the mask this way, and then you can go ahead and stick the mask on and start getting protection as soon as you stick it on. You can start breathing through it, and then you reach up and pull the harness over, and then typically the bottom 2 straps you'll have to tighten up a little bit more. But let's see if we can do this without screwing it up too bad. So just stick it on, pull it over, and then I'll tighten up these 2. That's it. It's fitted. So shooting with the gas mask, make sure the canister hangs off your offside. So if you're right-handed, the canister needs to hang off the left. When you shoot, the mask is going to get in the way. So typically, if you turn the rifle a little bit, then you can see through the dot sight pretty easily. Some of these masks are flexible, like the MSA mask, and you can just put it up there and push and just kind of squeeze the side of the mask in, and it'll be fine. But that's it. So you need to practice all this stuff. If you're actually going to use the mask while you're shooting, get out and shoot with it. And I see a lot of guys that take the mask, take the filters out to practice with, and that's fine. It's better than nothing, but it's harder to breathe through this than it is to breathe just straight through the air. So it's important that you train some with these too. And these have a lifespan on them. They get full of dust and they're not useful anymore. So you need to have probably a set that you train with, and then a set that's actual for use. These new current issue masks are really nice. They have the sound is much better. So just for comparison, I'll show you the sound difference, voice difference on these two. So this one is I don't know how well the microphone on the camera is going to work, but this one picks up, sounds like in the room, sounds much more clear. All of these have a drinking tube that goes on the inside. You hook up the drinking tube, and then there's a spot on the mask, this lever right here, that turns the drinking tube out in front of your mouth, so it like pushes it out in front of your mouth. Show you the drinking tube real quick. You should be able to see that drinking tube moving out right there. That's for me operating the lever on the front. This is the MSA mask. This is a very popular mask with SWAT teams in the US, and it's got that hard shield, but underneath it is soft. If you needed to get a cheek weld on a rifle, you could pull this safety shield off. You could smash it up against your eye. The filter goes on right here, and if you can imagine, this is kind of what it would sound like with a filter on it. The sound quality is pretty good, even though you're wearing this damn mask. But so communication becomes very important when you're wearing a gas mask, being able to effectively communicate. So practice this stuff. So that's the long and short of a gas mask. Of course, we could do more, and there's more drills, and there's more things, and more information about filters and masks in general. And there's all different kinds of masks, like the old M17 mask with the filters that are built into the cheeks, and then the Israeli filters, the ones that look kind of like an anteater with it coming out the middle. So there's all kinds of masks that are available, and this is something that you should spend some money on and get a good one. My opinion is, if you're on a budget, one of the MSA masks with some good new filters should be probably the budget mask. But you know, to each his own, and you might be able to find something at a surplus shop and do even better than that. This is James Yeager for Tactical Response. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. And remember, your responsibility to be ready to fight never ends.